Welcome to grade 4, students. In this class, we will continue with what we've been doing, but now we acknowledge that you're grade 4, so things are going to be a little bit more tricky because we want you to be growing and not staying stagnant. So we're going to review some of the solfege that we did last term. I'm going to give you new solfege warm-ups, and then we're going to look at different things on the recorder, especially jumping between notes, leaps between notes. So let's say A and F sharp. That's what we're doing today. A, F sharp, A, F sharp. We're gonna have to do some of that practice together. But before we get there, let's remind ourselves the solfege warm-up that you did for last year's, can you imagine we're in 2021? Last year's assessment. Can we get our hand signs out? Do, that's our starting note. Do, do, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So that is without leaps. So let's do descending without leaps. So, sol, fa, sol. So, fa, mi, fa, so, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, so, so, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, so. Well done if you've gotten to the end of that round with me. Now we're going to do with leaps. I think most of you find this a lot easier than without leaps. So let's do it together. Do, do, re, do, do, re, mi, do, do, re, mi, fa, do, do, re, mi, fa, so, do. Now from the top, so, together, so, so, fa, so, so, fa, mi, so, so, fa, mi, re, so, so, fa, mi, re, do, so. Now if you get confused between fa and so, this is the difference. Fa is with your thumbs down, so is with your thumbs up, because so is a higher note because we're ascending the scale. So fa comes first and so. Mi is right in the middle. Okay, then re is like two pillars leaning against each other, and then do with two fists. Now we're going to do a new solfege warm-up, which is really the same as what we've done, but we're adding la now, which comes after so. So we go from do, 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 re, do, without leaps, do, re, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, so, la. This is a sign for la. I don't know what you can describe this as. Imagine maybe two ducks putting their head into the water. Okay? So let's go from do. Do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Without leaps, do, do, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Now we're gonna go from la. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. So whenever you want to find a note and how to descend from that note, sing from the bottom, sing the scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. So we're coming from here. La, la, so, la, la, so, fa, sol, la, la, so, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, la, so, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. That's an interesting sound. It doesn't sound as major as it sounded before. Let's try with leaps now, as we get used to the sound of la. Do, 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 re, do, do, re, mi, do, do, re, mi, fa, do, do, re, mi, fa, so, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do. From la, 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 sol, la, so, fa, la, so, fa, mi, la, so, fa, mi, re, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, la, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. It sounds very strange, right? But the more you sing it, the more you'll be sure of yourself. So just keep practicing with this video, okay? Now, going back to our recorder, we're picking up our friend again. Now remember, the recorder is not a toy. The recorder is actually a professional instrument. There are people who play this instrument professionally. They play this and make a living off of this instrument, the same way someone can be a professional singer, guitarist. So we're going to remind ourselves how to use some proper technique, especially with breathing, okay? So let's all breathe in and let's breathe out. So when you want to create a clear sound, you need to breathe out steadily, a steady flow of air. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Now when you're breathing in, you shouldn't be breathing into your shoulders. You should be breathing into your tummy. Your tummy should expand like a balloon. All right? Now what happens when we are playing the instrument? Can we try and just blow through our instrument if we breathe in? Alright, now let's try it again. This time we're going to use our tongue on that first beginning of the note. So we'll do do, do. Okay? Together? So you can practice blowing a long note to warm up. So you breathe in and blow for as long as you can, keeping a steady, balanced sound. We don't want it to be squeaking and sounding chaotic all over the place. We want it to sound clear and steady. So now what happens with our fingers? We need to remind ourselves the notes that we've done so far and how to use our tongue again. Remember? But now our fingers and our tongue need to move together. So before we get there, let's remind ourselves the notes. This is B, right? This is A. This is G. And before we add the right hand, we remember C, high D, all right? And then we have E, F sharp. This is our F sharp. Please don't play F sharp like this. Okay, F sharp is like this. I also don't want you to play it like this. I've shown you this many times. Let's use these fingers for F sharp. And then D, low D. That's our low D. Okay? So when we're playing, we want our arms to be relaxed. Okay? We don't want to be playing like this. So you can't be playing on a table sitting like this. Okay? You need to have your back straight. Okay? Keep your head relaxed, your neck relaxed, your shoulders relaxed. And then have your arms just resting on the side. Alright, so let's play those different notes that we've just talked about, starting from high D. So let's go high D, C, B, A, G, sharp, E, D. All right. So in our piece today, it's called Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. If you notice, we have a F sharp at the very beginning of the piece. So we need to make sure that every time we see an F, which is the note in the very first space, that we play F sharp. Okay? So we have F sharp. Then we also see 3/4. That means our piece has 3 beats in each measure. So the count is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So whenever you're starting to practice, every time you try and play through the piece, you'll need to count for yourself. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that means that you can either have 3 quarter notes in a measure, or like our first measure here, you can have 2 quarter notes and 2 eighth notes. Why? Why 2 eighth notes? Because 2 eighth notes equal 1 quarter note. Half plus a half equals a whole, 1 beat. So that first measure sounds like this. Okay, now we jumped from A to F sharp, A to F sharp. Now, for you to have very clear sounds with some of these leaps, you're going to have to move your fingers together. Your fingers have to move as one unit. So they can't be moving one by one like this. They have to be together. So you'll need to take time to practice that. When you are using your tongue has to move with your fingers. So that it's a seamless sound. We can just hear the beginning of every note clearly. So let's try and play that first line together. I want you to try and play along with me, because it repeats some of the same things over and over again. G, G, A, F sharp. Then it goes back to G, A, F sharp. G, G, A, F sharp, G. Okay? Can we try together? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I made a little slip up there. Can we play it again? I'll play it slower, okay? 1, 2, follow along. Rest. So you have to be making sure you're playing your half notes and you're counting your quarter rests. Let's move to line 2. It's the same kind of pattern. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ah. Okay? Now here we don't have any half notes until the last measure of the line. Can we try that together? 3, go. So what was I doing? B, B, C, A, B, B, C, A, B, B, C, A, B. Now let's do the third line. The final line I'm going to let you do by yourself. You're going to sight read it for yourself. Let's do line 3 together. It starts with high D. Try and read along with me. 1, 2, 3. So that's D, D, C, B, A, D, D, C, B. So if you notice with this song, every line has its own pattern that repeats itself. So once you understand the first measure, it might be easy to play the whole line through because it seems to repeat itself. That doesn't mean that you don't read at all. It just means once you see a pattern, it helps you learn the song faster. Now at the very end of the piece, we have a dotted half note and a repeat sign. How long is a dotted half note held for? 3 beats. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then the repeat sign says we go all the way to the beginning of the piece and play through beginning to end. Okay, so you'll be playing this piece twice, beginning to end. So I want you to work on sight reading the final line and playing the whole piece through this week. Welcome back to school. We're so excited to be teaching you again, and we're looking forward to when we'll be able to do this in person, in class. But for now, we're happy to still be teaching you. Have a good week.